Hello, hello, hello. You are here once again with Dave Jose. It is a hot Friday in Buckeye, Arizona. And I wanted to get with you guys and talk a little bit about comfort. Now, I know that I'm usually talking about um, things that have to do with law early in the day, or I'm talking about the Bible at parts of the day. But what I want to do is take out a little bit of time to talk to you about something that will stop you from having success, or it will help you to have success. Now, many of you want to learn the law, and you are busting your butt at certain times of the day. You are spending time here and there. Excuse me. You're spending time at certain times of the day trying to figure out how to put the pieces together. You're trying to understand remedy, but some of you will fail only because you are not going at it hard enough. You are not going at it hard enough. Many say they want to understand and they want to be the best. And it doesn't matter really what it is in life that you're doing. A lot of people are going to take the easy way out. So many times people want to be the best at basketball. They're not willing to stay up late and dribble the basketball, and they're not willing to do things that will keep them uncomfortable, keep them off balance. Pistol Pete, a great basketball player back in the day, a guy who could dribble the ball out of this world. He would get in the back of a pickup truck. He would tell somebody to drive, and he would start dribbling the basketball in the back of the truck. Now, the reason he dribbled the basketball in the back of the truck was so that he could be off balance. He didn't want to be stable. He wanted to mimic those times where he would be a little bit out of control and then still be able to control. If you look at Biker Boys, the movie, and you'll see where Lawrence Fishburne played the role of a guy named Smoke. Smoke was a guy who rode a Hayabusa, one of the fastest bikes in the world, and then it was built on top of that so that it would be extremely strong, extremely powerful, extremely fast, extremely durable, and it also had nitrous. So on top of a built engine on the fastest bike in the world, it also had nitrous, and then they would drag race these things on the street. And Smoke was known as the best. And what Smoke did was you could see him late at night making what we call hits, accelerating, making extremely hard, brutal, violent accelerations, and he would practice in the rain. And what he would do is he would make sure the ground was wet, and he would launch the bike where the bike was spinning and out of control. And then he would fight to maintain the control in that environment. Guys, if you want to be the best, you have to be willing to do what other people won't do. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys will see that I'm up in the middle of the night doing business, getting things out of the way, taking care of different parts of study, listening to the Bible, listening to the law, reading, studying the state constitutions in the middle of the night. Now, what you guys got to understand is when you're preparing for the battle, you want to make it difficult on yourself when it is easy. When you are preparing for the battle, you want to make it difficult for yourself when it is easy. A lot of times you're going to want to rest. You're going to want to chill out a little bit. You're going to want to think about fun things. You're going to want to go hang out with people and do this and do that. And I'll tell you, for years now, I haven't been hanging out with my friends like I used to. I haven't been going out with hot rods and doing this and doing that and going out with some of the other people and places that I like to go to watch hot rods or drag racing or stuff like that. The reason is because when you are preparing for what people would think is the impossible, you have to give yourself discomfort. You have to be willing to do the things that other people won't do. And for a lot of people, they don't realize the blessing they get when they say, "Oh, Dave, I need you to show me this. I need you to show me that. Dave, I just need an hour of your time." An hour of my time is a long time, because in 5 minutes, I could be studying something that will be mind blowing to the world. In 10 minutes, I could be studying something that will be mind blowing to the world, that will help the world to be free, that will help us to be able to get audits done like we do in different states. Just a couple of minutes researching and finding what other people won't do. We have found that, just like the Bible says, attorneys will hide the law. They'll hide the law. And even right now today, I'm up before 5 a.m. doing my first video. I'll probably put this one up so it'll be up by 8 o'clock my time, which would be 11 o'clock Michigan time, Florida time. So guys, you got to understand that a lot of times I'm up accomplishing while my enemy is asleep. And you got to understand that some people who are doing wrong, who are hiding the law, like the Bible said the lawyers would, they don't get up until 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock. And part of them getting up is taking a shower, getting ready for work, putting their clothes on. They spend, 30, 40 minutes doing all that. And then they're out the door to get to their job so they can punch in to start working. A lot of times you guys will see me up at 3 o'clock in the morning preparing. My dad used to tell me, David, there was a donut shop called Dawn Donuts, and they had a commercial. And in their commercial, they'll say, you got to be baking when others are sleeping, or we're up baking when others are sleeping. I almost jumped into my dad's voice. My dad will say, Dave, you get up in the middle of the night or before you go to sleep, you do 1,000 toe raises. You get on every step and you do 20 this way, 20 this way, 20 this way, 50 this way, 50 this way. Go to the next step, go to the next step. And I'll be going up to my room on the second floor, burning my calves out. Then I'll get up to the top, to the upstairs, and I'll start doing squats, burning my legs out, tearing myself up, knowing that I'm going to be the best. Now, when it comes to studying the law, those who are attorneys may be up at 7, busy until 8, get to work, and they're not studying. They may have went to law school. They get up a little bit before their class. They get in the shower. They get ready. They wake up, they get ready, and they go to class to learn. I'm telling you guys that if you want to be the best, you may have to be up. You might have to go to sleep at 11 and be up at 4 studying, kicking butt. Think about it. When I had the biggest battle of my life over my little guys, I was studying the Bible and the law 8 to 16 hours a day, every single day for 2.5 years straight. The lawyers don't realize that the common law comes from the Bible. So in a way, a lot of what happens to them is they mess up because they don't know the Bible. They don't care about the Bible. They never read it. So they can't understand what's been hidden from them. For me, I could clearly see the Bible and what is fair. Then I could see the common law that is to be fair. And then I remember that in the Bible, God says he wrote his law on our hearts. So we don't have to have someone come outside from us and say, you shouldn't do that. We know in our own hearts, man, I shouldn't do that, right? So when it comes to learning, I got to have that 2.5 years of just constant punishment on myself, learning the law. And it cost me a lot and it took a lot out of me. But one thing that I can clearly say now, and people know, is that I'm literally one of the best in the world, and it's by God. And so I have no problem with anybody anymore. When I first started, I would talk to people about law, and I hear them talking about case law. Then I hear some people talking about trust law. Then I hear some people talking about civil law. Then I hear some people talking about, the common law and the admiralty law and the ecclesiastical type law. And I would hear these different things. And then I would go to the Bible and I'll see where the Bible says that God gave man dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the creepy crawling things on the ground. And so I realized that God has given us dominion over all. There should not be a situation where I should find something that God doesn't give me dominion over unless it has to do with his realm. And so when you understand these things and you study and you put the work in that 2.5 years, and then I continue to study after that, just every single day, just study. You start to learn, you start to get better. And like I said, right now I'm up doing this video before 5 a.m. Before many of you will wake up, I'm done with my first video. And I'm going to be on my next, where if the Lord wills, we'll be studying words from the constitutions. From the law books, to help you to be able to understand where you have power and where you have might to win this nation back. But what I want to tell you guys is you can do the unthinkable. You just have to be outside of comfort. Remember, the Bible said Jesus had nowhere to lay his head. It's not that Jesus couldn't slow down and work and make enough money to be able to buy whatever he wanted to buy. It's that Jesus cared enough about the people to be last. He served people. He went where people needed him to go to get done what they needed to get done. He did many miracles, a ridiculous amount of miracles. And we got to understand that he was putting his power to usage. If you got power, some will say, well, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to be able to learn the law like you do. I can't buy all those books. Well, if you can't buy all the books, that's fine. You should be up early studying, reading every state constitution in the country. It will teach you the power the people had to make constitutions. You could be up grinding early. My enemies, the people who go against me, they're not going to be up this early studying state constitutions, looking for gems, looking for content. They're not able to give you record after record after record. They're not able to give you truth after truth after truth. They're not able to give you line after line after line, precept after precept after precept. Why? Because they're not willing to put their hard work in. But like I said, my dad used to tell me, Dave, you be baking while other people are sleeping. You don't wait until they're up to practice with them. You go practice with them. But then you might be equal to them. He used to always say, Dave, you gotta have the edge. I got to college and people started talking about the competitive edge. That was not new to me. My dad taught me about the competitive edge when I was a little boy. David, you get up, you be the best. While everybody outside playing, Dave, you do 1,000 kicks on this leg, 1,000 kicks on this leg. Oh, Dave, you kicking and it's hurting you a little bit. Your shins turning purple, your feet getting bruised up a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to be the best, Dave. You're going to be the best. When it got into a time that I had to have a fight, it was no contest, no matter who it was. I don't care if you were 300 pounds and I was a kid. You had a butt whooping coming that day, period. My dad talked to me about imagery before I knew the word imagery. He would say, David, if you close your eyes and you do your spinning heel kick and you imagine where the kick is going to go and do it over and over and over and over and over again. He said, you'll get to the point where you'll fight and you'll do it without thinking. He said, David, here, do this spin move in basketball. My dad taught me what a spin move was. I remember he told me about a guy who he used to watch when he was younger who would do a behind the back move. He would dribble the ball behind his back in basketball. He would throw the ball way over one area, run to it and get it, throw it way back and be shaking people up. My dad taught me these things when I was a little boy. And when I got on the basketball court, even though my dad was majority football, killing people in football and martial arts and stuff like that, he taught me things to do in basketball and I demolished guys with dribbling. And it was because he put that work ethic in me to not be in comfort. He used to be on my sidelines and he used to yell, go hard every single play. And you say, David, when you get tired, just imagine that there's only one more play and go as hard as you can for that one play. And then the next play, if there's another one, go hard every single play. Always be looking for activity, somebody to hit. If you can't get to the ball, bring punishment, right? So my dad instilled it into me to not be in comfort, but to bring fire with everything you do. People are going to respect you when you don't play and you bring fire. Whenever it comes up to a competition, a battle, a fight, a war, whatever it is, you don't play around. Now, you might go 80%. He'll say don't peek. Don't peak. Don't ever do the best you can do 100% because you'll alert everybody how good you are. He'll say slow it down and back off and destroy them with finesse. So my dad showed me different moves that I could do that I would not use strength. I would use leverage and I would use quick strikes and I would use techniques that nobody's ever seen. And so while he's teaching me these techniques that nobody ever seen, I want to go to sleep. I want to go play outside. I want to go kart. I want a moped. I want a Tomos little mini bike. I want a mini bike. I want these different things. And my dad is telling me how to be a monster and be successful and be full of victory. So today, guys, I want to tell you, take this. Be baking while other people are sleeping. In the world today, people want you to suffer. We can overcome and win this. How? Because our enemy is doing stuff at a certain time of day because they feel like they have the power. They feel like they have the ability to shock us and do things that we can't stop. And I'm telling you that you have the power to defeat them by God if you just allow yourself to be outside of comfort. Do those things that you fear. Do those things that, it makes you a little scared. You don't want to really do it, but you're going to just do it anyway because you decide you're going to be a boss. You're going to be a monster. You're going to be a winner. You're going to be a champion. You're going to be a fighter. You are going to be the best. While other people are sleeping, you're going to be baking. All right? So I want you guys to start making it up in your mind that you are going to start studying. You are going to start fighting. You are going to start living. You're not going to be a coward. You are not going to be soft. You are not going to be weak, but you're going to bring fire every single day like there's no tomorrow. So I want to thank you guys for coming on. You're live with Dave, Jose, about 5 a.m. in the morning, lighting fire, letting you know that it is possible to accomplish things that you never thought you could do if you're willing to be uncomfortable. Put in that work and be the best. I will catch y'all later. Y'all stay out of trouble. Be cool. Peace.